What is up, YouTube? Welcome here to another episode of Schorner Gaming with your host, Schorner. So today we are going to be playing a series that I've been wanting to get into for quite some time. And, hold on. Alright, I'm back. And it's a series that I've been wanting to get into for quite some time. It's the Zombie Army Trilogy series. Now, this series is something that I plan on doing as like moving towards the newer game, because Zombie Army Trilogy does have 1 and 2, and I do have 1 and 2 as separate games, and I just want to have, you know, Zombie Army Trilogy because it has the 3rd installment and all that good stuff. But the first episode we will be playing is the Berlin Horror, the Village of the Dead. The enemy player setup is for 2 players, and it's on the Marksman difficulty. I am actually going to I'm going to change the difficulty to 1 player, because I have not played this in forever, and I don't want to have to worry about, you know, zombies all around me. But I'm playing as Herman Wolf. He is a Wehrmacht captain, and you know, supposedly he's a good sniper for the Germans. Of course, we can look at the characters.
Hermann Wolf, Wehrmacht captain, alert, wary, doting husband and father. Little patience for politics with its attendant egos and backstabbing corruption. Never believed in Hitler's message, but followed orders for the sake of protecting his family.
Yeah, there's Herman. There's
Hannah Schultz, Anya Bokareva, Marie Chevalier, Beth Coleman, Karl Fairburn, Dr. Ephraim Schweiger, Boris Medvedev, Hermann.
Yeah, there's you know, all those characters, but I want to play as Herman. So there are different chapters. There is episode 1, which is the Berlin Horror, the Village of the Dead, Cathedral of Resurrection, the Labyrinth of Death, the Library of Evil, and the Subway to Hell. There is episode 2, Back to Berlin, Purgatory, Gateway to Hell, Crucible of Evil, Terminal, and Tower of Hellfire. There is Beyond Berlin, City of Ashes, Freight Trade of Fear, Forest of Corpses, The Keep, and the Army of Darkness. But we're starting out on this one. I haven't done this one on the difficulty. Yeah, most of these I have the Marksman difficulty on, because I'm not really a Sniper Elite type of difficulty.
Germany is shrouded in darkness. Nazi zombies walk the earth. You are one of the few remaining living souls in Germany. You have arrived at an abandoned village, en route to Berlin, hoping to find a working vehicle.
Alright, so I have the Lee Enfield Mark III 303 British rifle. It holds 10 rounds of ammunition, but a lower muzzle velocity means additional compensation should be made for gravity and wind. The German Maschinen Pistol 40 lacks the accuracy of the Thompson. However, it makes up with a higher rate of fire and more plentiful ammunition when behind enemy lines. The Webley Mark IV is a classic British revolver. It's high-powered with lower rate of fire. Give this 6-shooter a very distinctive feel. This, you know, that's basically like a 357 Magnum right there, or 44. I'm not sure which one. But, you know, this is a series I've been wanting to do. And I will actually be doing a Sniper Elite V2, as Karl Fairborn, and, you know, all that cool stuff. But, yeah. But, I've been looking to try to get Sniper Elite, Sniper Elite 3 Desert Africa Corps. And I've been looking to try to get Grand Theft Auto 5 because I want to try to do a first responders mod on Grand Theft Auto 5, because for first responders mod, I've heard it's good. I do have Grand Theft Auto 4 for PC, but I have Windows 8, and Windows 8 is not compatible with Grand Theft Auto 4 for some reason, and I've been unable to find a way to install it. So yeah, that's basically why I haven't, you know, been able to do any Grand Theft Auto 4 stuff. And if you guys ever wondered why the rifle looks like that, where on most rifles you see that the ending part of it has like the ending of the barrel sticking out, I believe that I believe that this rifle right here is still a water-cooled weapon, because the 303 Lee Enfield was used during the First World War. Not the Mark III, but maybe I think the Mark II and Mark I were more advocaately used in the First World War, and water-cooled weapons were more common during that period, such as, if you've ever seen an M1919 Browning 50 caliber, it has a water-cooled tank on it. But I still think that this is a water-cooled weapon, meaning that, you know, these would have been highly ineffective on the battlefield, especially if you're like in an intense battle and you run out of water. You've got to really focus on how, you know, you're going to be able to have a higher output of bullets, and at the same time prevent the barrel from overheating and effectively destroying the gun and its uses. But other than that minor downfall right there, I believe the 303 was a very effective rifle for the British, and 303 is still a popular ammunition size in today's world, because, you know, I believe that's been around since prior to World War I, but I'm not too sure on the 303's history, but I do know that it has been around for a very, very long time. I'm not able to, you know, accurately say when the ammunition size was produced, and I do know that it came from the Enfield factory, Lee Enfield factory. I think it was along the Thames River, and at first it was a steam power factory, because, you know, it used the river as a source of electricity for producing weapons. And I believe that Lee Enfield was turn of the century 1900 era. I'm not sure if they were earlier or not, but I believe it was turn of the century 1900 era, and I believe that they were responsible for making at least one brand of musket. I'm not entirely sure, but they are more famous for their 303 Enfield rifle bolt action. Mark I, Mark II, and Mark III is the more notable, that gets a lot of credit, because the Mark III was basically the most effective of them all. I'm not sure if the Sten gun was made by Enfield. I never looked into it. And what makes me upset is that this game doesn't have the Sten gun, because that would have been something that would have been laying around as well on certain parts of it. You know, they have the Enfield rifle, and they have the, you know, they have the Webley revolver. You know, if you've got the Webley revolver, why the hell do you have an Arisaka Japanese Type 99 instead of a Sten gun? I believe that the Sten gun should have been replaced with the Type 99, and even though the Type 99 is a sniper rifle, it would be more fitting, because then you would have had, you know, a British submachine gun variant. And as far as the Balliskoica, I believe it is. As far as that variant goes, I believe that that item, like the Araseika, could have been replaced with like the Browning automatic rifle, or the grease gun of the American paratrooper divisions and engineer battalions. And I just believe that, you know, that would have been more fitting. Just some things appear weird to me because I'm quirky on how I like my guns. I once knew a guy who was extremely quirky on how he liked his colonial and Napoleonic uniforms. Well, you talk to me, I like my guns a specific way. You know, I'm not a fan of inaccuracy when it comes to weaponry, because the MP40 was actually not a very common variant. It was more common amongst the officers, but the MP38 was a more common variant that you were likely to see on the battlefield than the MP40, and a lot of people mistook the MP38 for the MP40, not only because they resembled each other highly, but because they were very similar in certain key aspects that made it confusing. But I believe that it was the MP38 that was a more effective weapon compared to the 40. I'm not too sure, but I do know that the MP38 was a more widely used variant of the machine pistol variants. I believe that the Germans were the only one to utilize a submachine gun in World War I, unless, of course, the British would have been using the Stem. Then, of course, that would be an understandable aspect. Like I said, I'm not too sure on the history of the British weaponry, or, you know, like, the specifics on German weapons, but I am quite aware that the MP38 was a more widely used variant than the MP40. Or, instead of using the grease gun, another popular British weapon that was American made would have been the Thompson M1927, I believe. That 27 or 28 variant. I'm not sure which year it was. But it was an extremely loved weapon by the British because of the output capacity. It was a 50 bullet round clip magazine. Garand SVT PVSH Thompson. I believe I'm gonna try out the SVT for a little while. I haven't tried this weapon out in some time, but as my whole thing here is to keep it mixed up. You know, don't just stick to one rifle. And you see that animation right there where the exit wound is like that would look like it's a few inches away from where the bullet actually exit. I believe that's because of the way the character animations are on the zombies themselves, and certain things happen. And know if you are watching this a zombie's head is not likely to blow up the moment you shoot it off. As we saw in Sniper Elite V2, that was 10 times more realistic because it just showed the bullet wound. The head didn't get decapitated unless, of course, you know, you blew him up. And, you know, that was a very hard thing to do, to get somebody's head to decapitate. Now, an arm, you can shoot those off, but you have to be using a very high-powered weapon like a machine Guerre 42 or a Browning 50 caliber machine gun. You know, you have to be using a very high-powered weapon, or even the Barrett 50 caliber sniper rifle. You know, you have to be using a very, very high-powered rifle, or machine gun, or any kind of gun. It has to be very high-powered because of, you know, certain issues. Now, I will say something. The Mauser C96 and the PPSH-41, I believe, shared the same ammo, and a lot of the times German soldiers on the Eastern Front would actually pick up a PPSH-41 because they were issued Mauser ammunition. But, you know, they of course would have been given you know, Mauser ammunition and the Mauser clips. But if they had drum mags or stick mags of the PPSH, they could convert that and they could convert it into the magazine and have an effective, you know, weapon against the Russians on the Eastern Front. I am gonna get rid of these zombies on the ground. And you're going to see that it's going to be a lot easier on me. It's easy to tell which ones to get rid of. Garand. The ones I know to get rid of, they look half alive. They look like they can stand up at any moment, and the better part about it is the actual undead zombies have that nice little swastika. Fuck you, Nazis. I know I'm not getting any points, but this is just to prevent them from sitting up and getting up when, you know, the hordes come. And plus, occasionally you'll see that they'll be holding a weapon or something like that. Whoa, my game almost froze there for a second. And I like how there's just like a bunch of random ass. I'm actually going to attempt to use the M1 Garand, and it's just random how there's an M1 Garand mixed in with a bunch of Germans and a PPSH laying on the table. Like, where is this, on the Eastern Front or the Western Front? Because, you know, keep it accurate, you know, games, instead of acting all weird and shit. Set that up. And look, I was just over there. See? And pretty soon I'm gonna be over there. I love how this game is just like, this map specifically is connected. Now, when I was playing Zombie Army 1, this map, every time you zoom in, the FPS would go down to like 12, but this is keeping a nice smooth 25 to 20, 25, 30 range here. It's nice and smooth. I like it. I will set up some more defenses. I'm gonna sit down here and snipe from here. What I don't like is that they took out the ability where you can hide behind cover. Like, I like that. When I was like, when I'd be fighting the giant machine gun guy, you know, that would be extremely useful just to sit behind cover for a little bit. And rotating swastika stars on the ceiling for some reason. Those Nazi occultist bastards. Gotta hate them. Now this does sound like a very high-powered rifle just by the way it, you know, when you're shooting it. This SVT-40 does not sound like it is very high-powered at all. Two for one. Oh! Damn! Almost had a 3. My. So exploding. I hope I hit a grenade. I hope I hit his grenade. Aw, I didn't. Almost blew his nuts off. Take that little fucker out right before he gets to me. That's supposed to represent the satchel charge on his back. That guy's head should not come off of him if I shoot him in it. Let's grab 2 of these, some of these, and a Type 99 Arasaka is sitting right here. Like, what the fuck? Like, legit. I'm not even joking you. That's not supposed to be here. Like, this is all the way in Europe. Why is there a Type 99 here? And that honestly looks like it's got like one of those musket ball things at the bottom there. I understand that's like for a bayonet, but it looks like that's the thing where the musket is. Kind of resembles a musket. Ooh, we've got a Panzerfaust. There's supposed to be a bottle somewhere over there. I know that much. I'll have to look for it once these zombies are gone. I will be playing some PlayStation 3 tomorrow, and I honestly do wish that I could record what I do on there, because I like to mess around on it, but I don't get to play it often, and then I'd have so much to like, edit out and shit, like, because thought the bullet drop would work. A shot like that you should be able to live through. Even though it's your teeth, you should be able to live through it. There was supposed to be a bottle somewhere around here. Supposed to be able to... It was supposed to be on this building right here. It was supposed to be like right here, I think. At least that's how it was in the first one. Don't know. I'll have to look into it. I don't like this part right here. I hate this part of all parts. You just get swarmed. Another type. Carbine. What's this? I'll pick up the MP44. It's supposed to be the STG, because the STG was more adopted by the soldiers, but let the game be independent and free. It's the world's first assault rifle. You don't really have to. I hate it when people say the STG was the first assault rifle. It was actually the MP44 and those variants. Those are the more adapted. And if you guys do get the chance and still have a PS2, for all you PS2 fans out there, game called Blood Rain. The most accurate for the German weapons I have ever seen. Like MP38 and all those other really cool German weapons. That game, accuracy out the roof. You guys see why I'm having an extremely hard time with these things. Damn, that was a lucky ass shot. Okay, now I'm getting royally pissed. Extremely tactical when I'm playing this off. Fucking. Oh, 3. You've got to be actually shitting me. Oh my god. Good job. Woo! Yeah, that was a little intense. I guess I got through it. But if you guys notice, while I'm gonna snipe here, look at the side there. Look at the very right side. You notice how there's the what looks like bullets. These are supposed to represent the types of bullets that the weapon takes. As you can see, the little bullets that come out of the M1 carbine are not exactly big. They look like pistol rounds, honestly. They look like pistol rounds, and you know that's actually not hard to believe, because you know a lot of carbine weapons at the time were basically just single fire pistols that were rifles. I especially hate this part because of all the skeletons that come up out of the ground. That jump scare. I probably should have been paying attention, but you know, when you're more afraid of skeletons than actual zombies, the fear gets real pretty damn quick. Not good. Not good at all. I was hoping there would be a rifle in here. No rifle, just grenades and shit galore. Since I'm only on one, I don't think I'm gonna get an MG guy until like the very, very end. And there is a nice safe house up here, which I'm welcoming actually. I'm like, oh baby, safe house baby. Now, if you can barely see it, I can see just a 2. I don't know if you can see better than that, but if you guys have ever seen 212, 212 actually happens to be one of the most well-known Tiger tank aces in German history. I forget the name of him, but he was one of the most well-accomplished aces of World War II. And, you know, I think he was like a colonel or a general, I'm not sure. Oh no, that's 222. But I often see 212 on these Tiger tanks, and I'm like, wow. If that was the actual tank, imagine the reaction that the German government would have got. Whoa. And although he was shot down, you know, he was still very effective. Mazen, Gewehr, SBT. Let's pick up a Mazen. Oh wow. This baby looks good now. She has been upped and vamped since ZAT1. Alright. This is the part where I wish I could like cover. This is one of the more fast-paced parts of the game. I gotta move up some. He missed his shot. I nailed mine. Now you see the bullet type over there? This is a big bullet to come right at you. It would hurt if this sucker just nicked you. I don't know why I was able to hit the first. I can see his veins on there. That's how detailed this guy is. Don't like this part at all. Actually hate this part. considering the length of time I've got to wait to you know, get But you guys see and understand how easy it is to miss your shot? Literally. If you're standing from far away and you move just barely a millimeter, you could be 2 or 3 inches off your shot. And that's realism for you. I've never seen anything else more realistic than that. That is realism at its finest. I'm tempted to pick that little sucker up. There's a carbine or 98K on the floor. There's that. Everything I'm gonna ever need. It's like the soldiers in here have definitely withstood a zombie attack, but they just got overrun too easy. It's like, it looks like there were several soldiers in here who were actually withstanding the attack, and looks like they got handed to them. My goal: keep everybody down on the bottom floor until the big guy comes, and start letting them upstairs. Yeah, when you hear that noise, that little ringing in your ears, kind of need to back up severely. Like, don't even try with them, just back up. More advisable. Yep, this is where I usually get my troubles. He's here. I know. Shit. I'll need to make several attempts to try to get this guy down. This part seems to be the most intense for me because of my heart races and I don't exactly feel good at all. He reminds me of the heavy shotgunners. Looks like he was made for the winter. Whew. I've never been that intensely scared. I'll be honest.
But alright guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, I'll see you in the next video because we're ending it right here, guys.
This has been Schorner Gaming, your host, and your special content playable. I'm a loss of words right now. I'm sorry. Like, subscribe, and comment. As always, I'll see you in the next video.